In this problem, what we're going to be doing is taking this f of x, we're going to translate it down 1 unit, left 2 units, and then reflect it over the x-axis. Before I do that, I'm going to write out symbolically first in order to help set up my game plan. The symbolic form of the transformation tends to kind of help with what you ultimately want to have happen at the end of it. So, in this case, my g of x is going to take f of x. Down 1 unit, that's vertical, so it's outside everything. And it's what you see is what you get because it's a vertical change. Left 2, now that's a horizontal movement of plus 2. And finally, over the x-axis means I'm going to take this whole thing and multiply it by a negative. So that represents negative f of x plus 2 all minus 1 is what I need to change about this function to get these 3 modifications. Now, what I need to do is to actually write this using this. So, I'm going to take my f of x function, I'm going to plug in x plus 2 into the function itself. So that then becomes 4 times x plus 2 squared plus 2. All that is being multiplied by a minus, and I'm subtracting 1 from it at the end. When I look at what I have here as my new function g of x, what I have, minus is my reflection, 4 plus 2, now that's the original function here, x plus 2 in here represents that translation left 2 units, and this minus 1 now represents moving the whole thing down 1 unit. Or to recap, multiply by negative 1 is going to create a reflection over x. Adding 2, so I go from 4x squared to 4x plus 2 squared, is going to translate left 2 units. And then tacking on a negative 1 at the end is going to shift my whole thing down 3 units. Now, the challenge is in the algebra. I have to simplify that expression. I'm going to start from the inside. So I'm not going to touch this. And just inside here, I've got 4 times, now let's multiply that out correctly, x squared plus 4x plus 4, and then plus 2. And you really want to watch, because the most common mistakes that are going to happen are going to be right in here when you start trying to multiply this all out. Most of you will do all right with the setup, but it's the algebra you want to be careful about. Now, let's distribute. So inside here, that's going to become 4x squared plus 16x plus 16 plus 2, brackets, negative, minus 1. And as you can see, I'm working my way out from the core. Now I'll combine my like terms. 4x squared plus 16x plus 8 now I can go ahead and distribute my minus. So this is going to become negative 4x squared minus 16x minus 8. And then it says subtract 1 at the very end. And now my last step is to bring that negative 1 into the actual function. So I'm left with my final answer of negative 4x squared minus 16x minus 9. That new quadratic represents taking this initial quadratic, translating down 1 unit, that's what this minus 1 did, left 2 units, that's what this plus 2 did, and finally reflecting it over the x-axis, and that's what this multiply everybody by negative 1 did. Put them all together, and there's your new function.